Hey guys, Chris here with the Good Old Gamer. So in an effort to bring fun back to the world of PC gaming and PC hardware, today we are going after 3DMark world records. And as mentioned in the last video, we're going to be using the R9 Fury Nano. Now that GPU that I got unfortunately had some issues. The fan would not kick on, no matter what. I let it heat all the way up to 85°C. It would not kick on all by itself. So I was able to get it to work by by moving the fan curve all the way up to 100%. The fan would then engage, and then I could scale it back down to 79%. So this is perfectly acceptable for a 3DMark benchmark because, well, I was going to crank it all the way up to about 80 anyway. However, for day-to-day usage, I kind of need a different card. So luckily the seller that I got the card from, he's got a few more, and I will be getting a replacement soon. That's why you don't see it sitting in front of me, and it's not in the test bench behind me right now. So with that out of the way, we were able to go ahead and push some really impressive numbers using the card, even though its fan wasn't exactly ideal. So today, using our brand new test bench, using the Ryzen 5 2600X, we're going to try to break the Firestrike Extreme, and Time Spy world records using a R9 Nano. So stick around and check it out. Now today's video is brought to you in part by our patrons over on Patreon. With their support, I'm able to get these things on hand, test them out, and make really cool and fun videos like this right here. If you are interested in helping out the channel and doing more things like this, please consider becoming a patron. For as little as $1 a month, that really does help me get this stuff on hand so we can do these fun videos, do testing, and pretty much push the limits of GPUs that I will eventually fry. So then I'll need to buy another one. So that's why I need your help. So starting things off, you always need a point of reference for your benchmarks. So starting with just basic stock settings on everything, this is what we got. A base Firestrike score of 13,319. So next thing we gotta do is see how does this stack up against everybody else out there. So using the handy dandy search tool of 3DMark, we can search for another 2600X system running another R9 Nano. And as you guys can see here, we did not do very well at all. And throughout the testing, we will be going up against Mr. Always Hope. He is the current reigning champion of the 2600X and R9 Nano here on 3DMark. So let's go ahead and start overclocking. So first thing that I found out was I couldn't really overclock the memory on this system. No matter what I did, whatever I tried, it just wouldn't work. So, alright, I kind of gave up on that pretty easy, but the R9 Nano is using 500 MHz HBM at 4096-bit. Essentially, it's the same memory bandwidth if Vega 56 and 64 are running at 1 GHz, because those are only 2048-bit, and those are much more powerful GPUs, so memory bandwidth really isn't an issue here. So instead, let's just focus on getting these clocks up and seeing what we can do. So to start off with, I decided to just shoot for 1100 MHz right off the bat. This is a 10% performance gain, just out of the box, assuming that memory is not a bandwidth limitation. So I was like, all right, let's try that, see if it works. And lo and behold, a score of 15,544. So let's go ahead and check and see how this stacks up against Always Hope's top score. And world record broken. Okay, so we now have the top spot on Firestrike for the R9 Fury Nano and the 2600X. So that combo now belongs to us, the good old gamer community. Of course, after breaking a world record, you always want to see if you can go just a little bit higher. So I spent the next 4 hours tweaking and trying and failing miserably. No matter what I did, I could not get a higher score. I was able to reach a maximum clock speed of 1130 on the GPU core with higher voltages and all of that, but no matter what I did, it just would not score higher. Honestly, I found that the R9 Nano worked best even if you can undervolt it just a little bit. The more power I seemed to be able to save, the faster it seemed to work. And I think that is due to some sort of power limitation on this card when shooting past that 1100 mark. Now, it may just be this one right here, and as I'll discuss a little bit later, this R9 Nano did have a few quirks, so possibly when I get the new one in, I might be able to break my own records. So, once you break one world record, if you can't surpass your other one, you gotta go for more. So next up on the docket was Firestrike Extreme. Once again, Always Hope had the top score at this point, and yeah, so let's see what we can do. With settings brought back to the same exact spec to where they were for the first world record, that was enough to overtake the Firestrike Extreme benchmark as well. Okay, so now that's 2 down. There's really only one other thing to do, and that's Time Spy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a cheap bastard, so I'm just using the free version of Time Spy that you're able to run, so it's just the regular one. I could not get Extreme or any of that stuff, and honestly, running something like Firestrike Ultra is a little outside the class of this GPU, so just the Firestrike Extreme and the Time Spy regular is just fine for me. So, once again, Always Hope he has the top spot. Let's see if history will repeat itself yet again. And there we go, 3 for 3. So we've taken the Firestrike, Firestrike Extreme, and Time Spy spots, the top spot for this combination of hardware. And that's really awesome. I was really happy with the way that this R9 Nano has performed. So there you have it, 3 for 3 world records broken. Now, Always Hope, if you're watching this, go for it, buddy. I'm going to be getting another R9 Nano here shortly. I'm going to see if I can break my own world records. And if anybody else out there happens to be watching this and has a similar configuration, please, I would love to have the competition. It would be really great to see you guys trying to compete against me. The best place to go ahead and do that is joining me on my Discord channel. You can go ahead, links will be in the description below, and I would love to see if you guys can beat these scores and retake the world record away from me. But as of right now, the good old gamer community, because you guys helped make this happen. I did the benchmarks, you guys helped provide the parts. Because of us, we now own the 3DMark Firestrike, Firestrike Extreme, and Time Spy world records on the R9 Nano with a 2600X. Now, moving forward, we're going to be using the test bench. This is the reason why I built the test bench, is that's going to be the baseline. So for all GPU testing and all world record breaking, that's going to be the base. So anybody out there with a 2600X, you are welcome to compete. Right now, as you can see behind me, I'm actually using a Radeon 5770 in Firestrike. So even less expensive, older GPUs, we're definitely going to be doing that as well in a more mismatched sort of setting. That's definitely a mismatch. The R9 Nano, not so much, but it's such a cool GPU. I really enjoyed that GPU. And because of that, I actually reached out to PowerColor, and they have been gracious enough. They are sending a Vega 56 Nano for testing, so this way we can see how that performs. And at that point, we can also compare Vega versus Fury as far as GPC is concerned. I'm interested in that as well. And I'll also be testing those out against the Radeon RX 580 and the GTX 1060, just to see how much of a gap you really get moving from like a RX 580 to a Vega 56, and how competitive the R9 Nano is in that realm as well, considering that was basically the competitor to the GTX 980, and the GTX 1060 offers similar performance to that. Let's see if that still holds true here in 2018. So I'm really excited once we get these parts in. There's a ton of benchmarks coming. Let me know what you guys think about the setup. I kind of like this feel better. I've tried a couple different camera angles, but I like this one. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What do you think about the new direction I'm taking the channel with the benchmark focused direction, actually looking at things and actually playing with stuff? I'm enjoying it. I really do much rather the testing side than the analytical side of things, because realistically at this point, the whole market's consumed by monopolies and it's just going to be what it is, and we just have to deal with it. And once again, if you want to help support the channel and tests like this, please consider becoming a patron over on Patreon. Links in the description below, or using the Amazon affiliate links. That helps out greatly as well. And of course, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please share with friends. This is pretty fun stuff. Please share this around. I think other people will enjoy this. And that's really all I have for today. And I will catch you guys in the next video.